What's happening, my good people? It is your boy PKG Deluxe back with another vid on how I did. You already know what it is. Um, a lot of times I've been in different conversations with people, and I had to understand or had a realization of what all this channel really helps people do. So I've read a couple of comments, and I've tried to reach out to a couple of people to give them a better understanding of what this platform is going to be built upon. And that is to give you guys an opportunity that you may not have thought of. So I give like a little backstory myself, because there was someone else that did the same thing. And the reason why that story of mine coincides the same is because we both were retail employees. So at one point in time, I worked at Best Buy. I don't know if you guys knew that or had any story of that, but yeah, I was an employee at Best Buy for probably about 2-3 years. Prior to that, I was also seasonal. So there were many things that I've learned while working at that store. And one thing that I didn't think that I would have known or would have tried or would have done is probably the greatest skill of a lifetime. I'm more or less 5 years behind doing something that I possibly could have done in 2013. And that's just saying from the time that I started working again. So why am I speaking about this? So the topic today is just giving or finding a niche. So what is your niche? What is something that you consider valuable that you can find some type of monetization within? So when I worked at Best Buy, I was a sales associate. Most sales associates are pretty humble. You come up, you give a good spiel, you asking them questions about what you may or may not purchase. You just go through the whole process of understanding how my purchase and how all this came to be. And in those skills, you develop something that most people don't have. I had to learn those skills because they helped me. They helped me become a better salesman. And it's interpersonal relation skills, where you're just able to relate sometimes, whether it may be about a TV or not, or maybe it may be about like a boating activity or not. But those interpersonal relation skills that you're able to develop with somebody goes and has a lot of longevity to it. So my niche at one point in time was the ability to understand the product knowledge. So if people aren't familiar with this term, it's called a subject matter expert. So what does that mean? That means that if you ask me something in regards of the home theater department, you would expect me to know the ins, the outs, the details, the vintage, volume. You would expect me to know everything that this TV can do, as if it is a car. Like the same way you would expect someone to sell on a car to know everything it could do. What type of car are you looking for? You want one with a sunroof? You want one with front wheel drive or all wheel drive? Like you're shopping, and that's the experience. So when I was giving that experience, I had to also understand that there was an opportunity within that experience. So a couple of years later, as COVID kicked on, everyone got furloughed. So there was a point in time where there were no Best Buy employees. And during that time frame, well, I don't want to say no, but limited Best Buy employees. So people lost their jobs. It happened, blah, blah, blah. Some people like myself had to find other opportunities and ways to make additional income. What did we end up doing? So I ended up strolling across, running across people, and trying to talk to see exactly what things I could do to give myself a boost of confidence to do something. And I found a application that was very similar to what was needed for me in order to be successful. So in the process of that, I learned everything that I needed to learn from the store. If there was a product that was ever in the store at any given point in time, more than likely they just had an update. The ring that they sold in 2010 is the same ring that they sell in 2021, just a 4K or some type of modification updated. Same ring. So I've learned these skills, I've learned these things, but I never had the opportunity to give the access to show it, the access to do it. So you get to a point where you find understanding, and in that understanding, I found opportunity to do something different. And Had I would have known about this opportunity during the same time that I worked at the store, I probably would have made a lot more money versus not working in the store. So this is what happened. I ended up learning about installs, how to do certain installs that really didn't take a lot of time, really didn't take a lot of effort, and really took more concentration on, do you have the ability to figure something out? The words due diligence. How do you get smarter? Read. How can you get better at something? Read. Like, how do you perceive yourself as being the better version of yourself if you can't read the instructions on what it takes to do it? Most people, from what I've seen just working in the entity of the store, don't like to go through the directions. And that is profit. So in this profit that we're doing, we're looking and saying, okay, you're buying a TV, you're buying a mount. I'm just selling it to you as the sales associate. But at no point in time are you thinking, how is this TV going to get home? Who's going to put this TV up on my wall? How am I going to get out of this box? And if it is you, or if you have someone that can do it, cool. You know, I don't knock that. There's going to be someone that probably can do it. You find it on the internet. That's how I got in charge. And then you have the other option of saying, hey, I'm just sending Geek Squad out here to do it because, you know, they're certified professional, et cetera, and I got it from the place that I purchased it from. It's an all-in-one package. Makes sense, you know? So now we get into, well, if I don't want Geek Squad to do what I can do, and if someone that I'm looking at, I'm selling the TV to, they may have like a 40-something or 50-something inch TV, or, you know, they may have a Simply Safe or want to do a computer setup. And I'm like, man, you know, I could do that for, you know, $50 here, $100 here. Like, those were opportunity windows I've missed. Every time someone came into the store looking for something, I've missed those opportunities to say, hey, how can I make money off of this person that may have just came in not needing anything? I'm like, yo, I can show you. So I've geared this entire channel, and I'm circling back around to where we were at in the beginning. I geared this entire channel to give somebody that is like myself, or maybe different, you know, may want to see or have a different opportunity, different experience. And I challenge you to do this because had I known about these things in the early on years, I couldn't tell you where I would have been. I can tell you where I'm going now, and this is a positive track, a whole lot better than what I would have done. But since my furlough days, I've been able to be a little bit more on the upside since I've left the company. And it's not to say that everyone will have those same things. You have to think about, what is your niche? What is it that you can do that brings you profit? What is it that you could do that you could teach somebody? What is it that you could do that you could show somebody? Like, I can show you how to mount a TV 1 time, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. At some point, I want you to understand that it's a skill. Everybody doesn't have the skill. If you get the skill, guess what? You're the skill master. And when you go into someone's household, they're going to expect you to be the expert. That's how it's going to work. So if you can or can't, I'm really giving you this opportunity to say that you can, to do what you think you couldn't, to have the opportunity to make something out of nothing. So if you don't see yourself as an opportunist, I need you to start viewing yourself as that, because that's what this channel is going to be about. I want you and everyone else like you to be in a better position than I was. I have been in worse situations. It's just not to throw shade out there to anyone, but I've been in my own positions, and I don't want anyone else to lead in those positions. So if there's anything that I can give, it's just the opportunity to do something as a skill, take it, apply it, and use it elsewhere. So figure out your niche, know what that niche is, master that niche, and figure out how to monetize that niche. All of those things are up to you, and I know that you can do it. So I say all that to say this today. We are getting started on doing more things. I want to make sure I speak more to you guys so that you don't feel as though all these installs that I show you are pointless. I give you the video so that you can see how they are, learn how short they are, and see the jobs for what they are. They are simple. Someone else is just fearful of doing it, and you have to be the master of the craft. So someone's got to do it. I want that to be you. So there's opportunity where it presents itself, and I want you guys to go out there and get it, all right? So sorry for my long spiel today. I had to do it. It was on my heart, so I had to speak it. I love you guys. All right, PKG Deluxe is here. PKG Deluxe is out, baby. Man.